Just when looking at you, open up my eyes, and I'll stay with you forever all the time. And I'm stepping out to leave it all behind. I'm confident your love will be my side.
Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Ashanti and thank you for joining me. Now today we are going to be discussing the Crown Chakra. Guys, I'm so sad that this is the last video in the Chakra series, but we reached the end. So let's get into it. Now the Crown Chakra is associated with the bridge to the cosmos. Now what that means is that you can have a spiritual experience while having your human experience, which means that when you meditate, you connect to your higher self first, and your higher self connects you to the divine, and then the divine connects you to the cosmos, which is the universe. Crown Chakra's primary function is enlightenment, wisdom, and the connection to the divine, which is within you. Now, when you connect to God, this gives you are connecting to the peace and the clarity, which is your birthright and higher understanding. Now, the Crown Chakra's primary function is to connect you to God's source, the divine. Once you connect with God's source, the divine within you, then you are connecting to the cosmos and everything in the spiritual realm. And this is where you get your enlightenment, clarity, wisdom, and just universal knowledge. So any consciousness that has ever been on this earth or even outside of this earth, you can tap into, because that's what we are, guys. We are a consciousness. So you can look at your body as, like a kind of like an earth suit, space suit, or even like a machine, because that's what it is. It functions just like a computer. But what's special about you is that divine spark of light that is within you. And this is where you directly connect to God. So when you go within and you meditate, that's what you're doing. You are connecting with the divine. And the divine says, oh, okay, hey, you're here. What is it that you want? That's why I said in my last video for the third eye chakra, it's like pretty much like a Siri. You can ask the divine whatever you want, but the only thing is, be prepared for the truth, because the divine is not going to lie to you or play games. If you want to see something, the divine will allow you to see it. Now, what you do with that information is totally up to you. You can consider the Crown Chakra as your umbilical cord to God. You can never disconnect from it. You can ignore it, but it's still there. So there's always that connection within you directly to source. The Crown Chakra also allows you to feel that connection, that feeling of oneness, because once you tap into your divine source spirit within, you understand that everything is one. The only thing that separates us and makes us different is our bodies. So, we're all encompassed with the same divine spirit, and we just look different because we're in this suit. So once you tap in, you understand that you are connected to everything, the earth, the air, fire, everything is an energy. So you are connected, and you are energy. And guys, if you want to test it, I can't remember the exact scripture, but Jesus said to try the spirit by the spirit. Now, for a long time, I had no idea what that meant. I really was, thinking, I said, just ask. And when I asked, Spirit told me that means to challenge it. Try it out. Feel around, get a feel for it. See if it's true. So I said, okay. While I was in meditation, Spirit spoke to me and said, remember those magnets you bought? And I'm like, yeah. He said, use the magnet. And I'm like, use the magnet how? Use the magnet to test your energy field. If you want to know if you are truly energy tested. I said, okay. So I got the magnet, and this is the magnet. And if you take a magnet and you just run it close by, you'll feel the energy between you and the magnet. So cool. So guys, get you a magnet and try it out. That's what Jesus meant by try the spirit by the spirit. Test it out. You don't have to take my word for it. You can test out anything that I have told you about chakras, your shadow self, self-mastery. I want you to try it for yourself. I beg you to try it out for yourself. Now, once you begin to tap in and meditate on your crown chakra, the whole world just opens up to you, and you start to understand that most of the things that we view as important are really not that important. I think we take ourselves way too seriously. The crown chakra lets you know that, you're here for an experience, a fun experience. Of course, we have lessons to learn, things that we want to clean out of our spirit, out of our energy fields. We're able to work on that, but we're also able to enjoy this beautiful planet, good people, good food, there's so much to enjoy here. But if you are strictly having an earthly experience, you're probably not having that much joy in your life. This will allow you to balance out your life. You will have a balance between your spiritual self and your earthly self. So that way, you're grounded to the earth, but you're also connected to the divine through your spiritual umbilical cord, which is your crown chakra. So this will take a lot of the edge off, because you understand that you're not alone. We're all one. Regardless whether, you like a person or not, it doesn't even matter. You're still connected to that person. We're all one. Now, once you start to balance out these energies, your physical with your spiritual, you will begin to get this feeling of wholeness. Now, what this wholeness means, it means nothing broken, nothing missing. You will understand that you are perfect just like you are. Even if you have things to work on, you're still perfect in God's eyes. So get rid of the guilt and the shame, because it'll just keep you stuck and bound. You'll probably lose your footing once you understand that when you connect, you are whole and you are perfect in God's eyes. Then you can begin to work on those things that you need to work on, even though nothing's broken and nothing is missing. This is what you're here for, to work these things out. Now, your crown chakra is located right above your head in this area here. The element that it is associated with is thought and silence, because when you're doing meditation, or if you try to do meditation, it's not that easy to do in the beginning when you first get started, because your mind is always racing. Now, when you are able to quiet the mind and just shut everything else out, then you will start to tap into that connection, because God is not going to talk over top of your mind. So you must quiet your mind in order to hear the messages. Now, the colors that are associated with the crown chakra are violet, and white. Now let's get into the signs and symptoms of a blocked or imbalanced crown chakra. Now, of course, that's depression, boredom, a feeling of being disconnected from everything, spiritual disinterest, and most importantly, unsure of your purpose. We all have a purpose here. Nobody's here by coincidence or accident or because your mother gave birth to you. We all have a mission and a job. We're on assignment from the divine. Your job is to find out what that assignment is. Now I'm going to give you a clue. It normally has something to do with your passion. Not your work, your passion. A lot of us work in jobs that we have no passion for. So it's not connected to your work unless it's your passion. So that's a clue. Your purpose is always connected to your passion. Now let's get into how to balance a blocked or imbalanced crown chakra. One technique is tapping. Now I like tapping because it's pretty low key. You can do it under a table. Now tapping is to stabilize your energy. And let's just say if you're going in for a job interview or something that gives you a little angst, a little anxiety, what you want to do is just lightly tap because it brings you back to the present. So this tapping just brings you present. It gets you out of your head and brings you right to the present. So I like tapping. Meditation, of course. You guys, are you meditating? I hope you're meditating. I know it's not easy, but if you keep practicing, you will get there. I mean, I practiced for months before I was able to actually turn my mind off. You know, I'm an air sign. My mind is always going. There's always something in the front, the back, the sides, wherever. I'm always thinking about something. But it's definitely a skill that you should learn. Also, verbal vibrations. Now, I've grown to love these because they actually work. I learned a couple weeks ago that our ancestors, before we used language, would use sounds to verbalize, you know, what they meant, especially when worshiping. And the sound is related to the divine. So when you do your breathing techniques or your verbal vibrations, make sure to throw that sound in because that is you speaking directly to the divine. So I'm going to give you the sound again. So when you breathe in, now I would suggest you do this when you're trying to get in meditative mode. So you want to breathe in through your nose. And let it out. And when you let it out, you want to make that sound. And when I tell you the tension just drops right to your feet, do it until it's like second nature. Also, in some of the prior chakra videos, I did another, the throat chakra sound. So watch that video. And also, if you haven't seen the other 6 videos, please do them in order. Go from the root to the sacral, solar plexus. Do them in order because it'll just work out better for you. And actually, you don't really have a choice because once you start, the divine says, oh, hey, hello. This is what we doing. We going on this trip. Let's go. So, which is why it takes me a couple weeks in between my videos because once I get started, it's like, you know, I have to keep going until the divine stops. So once you tap into the root, you're going to automatically go to the sacral, the solar plexus is just going to keep going. So I would suggest, if you haven't seen the root chakra video, start with that one, and then your process will lead you right back here. Another way to balance and unblock your crown chakra is affirmations. Now, the one affirmation that is associated with this chakra is I know. Once you tap into your higher self within, you will know, because God, Source, Spirit will tell you. But you have to pay attention, because it will show up in ways that you are not expecting it to show up. So just be open-hearted, open-minded to receive your messages. Okay. Now, the first affirmation, I like this one. It is, I am connected to the universe and everything around me. And that is the oneness that I was talking about. We're all connected. Another affirmation is, I am guided by something greater than myself. And you are, even if you don't know you are. Now, do you want to be guided by the divine, or by people trying to control you? I would rather be guided by the divine. That way I get my clarity, I get my understanding, I get any information that I need for the time that I need it. So I would rather be guided by the divine than anybody else. And sometimes myself, because like I said, I'm always thinking. Another affirmation is, I honor myself and the divine within. Now that's powerful. Now, the crystals that are associated with the crown chakra are clear quartz, which I have right here, and of course the amethyst. I showed you guys the amethyst before. And I have my big amethyst, which is so pretty. And diamonds. See, I'm out of diamonds at the moment, but you know, eventually I'll get some more. And of course, your essential oils like jasmine, frankincense, and myrrh. Now, you can put them in a diffuser, in your bathtub to soak in, however you want to use them. Me personally, I don't put the oils directly onto my skin. I rather dilute them in either some water or put them in the diffuser or one of those oil burners. That's good. And also, of course, your sage and your Palo Santo. And that just helps you to even out your energy. Well, guys, that's it. That's the crown chakra. But I want to tell you that when you get to the crown chakra, you will have gained so much knowledge and wisdom. Your energy should be balanced. You should understand that we are all one. We're all connected. What makes you special is your energy center that connects you directly to the divine, so your divine umbilical cord. And don't forget, get you a magnet and try it out. Now, when you're done, this is how your energy center should look. Lit up like these candles. And this white one represents wholeness. So here's all your chakras, and this is how they should look inside your body. I hope they do. And also, this is how you will feel. Like a queen or a king, because the divine has assured you and told you how special you are. So wear your crown, keep your crown straight, and if you see somebody else's crown is crooked, reach out and fix it for them, because we're all one. And that feeling of wholeness, you'll understand that You fixing someone else's crown is not going to tip your own. So there's no need to feel any negative emotions at this point. You got to understand that negative emotions are not going to help. They're not going to serve you. So even if they pop into your head, tell them, get to stepping. I got my crown on. I am a queen, and that's just it. And this is what the divine will teach you. So, guys, I thank you for joining me. I hope you do this work because it's for you. It is for you. This is what divine gives us to help us, to aid us while we're here having this experience, to let us know that he's only a deep breath and meditation away. So you can never get rid of him. He's always there. So don't wait until the taps get harder and it turns into a punch. Don't do it. When you hear the whisper of the divine trying to get your attention, pay attention and tap in. Well, that's all I got for you guys. I will see you next time. Bye.
Just when looking at you, open up my eyes, and I'll stay with you forever all the time.